Hello, this is my VW T4. This is a 1997 2.4 litre naturally aspirated non-turbo diesel. It's got 5 cylinders. It does 0 to 60 in about 22 seconds. It's got about 78 brake horsepower. It does about 31 MPG. I have measured it before when I first got the van. I'm actually spending average about 50 quid a week on fuel at the moment, which is quite a lot, and I've felt the crunch this year just like a lot of other people, so I'm looking at ways I can save money. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be driving this in a more efficient way, or hypermiling as it's called, and I'm mostly using what I call the gas and roll method. So I'm going to be using the gas to speed up when I need to, and then putting it in neutral and rolling for as much as I can. The more rolling you can do in neutral, basically, the higher MPG is going to be. And it needs to be in neutral, not in gear, because your engine will actually act like a brake itself. Braking basically is like throwing money down the toilet, and rolling is like squeezing as much distance out of the fuel that you've already burned as you can. I'm not recommending anyone actually does this, because although I feel this is perfectly safe and it's fine, this isn't a driving style that prioritises safety. So I'm at the petrol station, and what I'm going to do is reset my mile counter there, and then when I fill up with diesel, I'm going to hold my hand down on the pump until it clicks once. What that means is that when I next come to fill up, I'm going to do exactly the same, hold it down until it clicks once. I'm even going to come to the same pump to do it, just to be accurate, so we can compare how far I've gone against how much fuel I've burned. Alright, back at the same pump, and my dash is saying I've done 203 miles exactly, although I've actually done slightly less than that because my wheels are smaller than stock wheels. I'll calculate the difference, but I've probably done something like 170 something miles. I'll talk more about that in a minute. I'm going to fill up now until it clicks once, just like I did before, and we'll see how much fuel I burned. Okay, so now for some calculations. So first of all, miles driven. The dash says 203 miles, but like I said, my wheels are actually smaller than the stock wheels, which means that my speedo and my mile counter are out. Cut a long story short, to get the accurate measurement I need to divide that by 100 and then times it by 87.38. That's actually how many miles I've driven. Now we need to figure out how much fuel we've burned in gallons, basically. So all you do is you take the litres and you divide that by 4.546. We've burned 4.5 gallons of fuel. Now it's quite simple. We take the number of miles we've done and we just divide that by the amount of gallons we've burned. So 177.38, we'll just do it to 2 decimal places, divided by 4.51 comes up as 39.33. That's the mileage that I've managed to do. That's not quite as high as I was hoping. I was hoping for it to be somewhere in the 40s, low 40s maybe, but I have been driving through a busy town centre a lot, and there's a lot of traffic. I'm sure there are also other techniques. Loads of people out there probably know how to do this a lot better than I do, but that's what I've managed to get to. Right, I've done some further calculations, although my brain is beginning to melt here, but normal MPG is 31.1. Let's call that 100%. My new MPG is 39.33, so that means I'm basically going 126.5% further. So every 100 miles I would have normally gone, I'm doing 126.5 miles. If I apply this to the 50 quid a week roughly that I've been spending, it comes back as £39.52. £39.52 is how much I'm going to be spending every week instead of 50 quid if I want to drive like this. Another way of looking at that is I'm saving £10.48 per week, or obviously 41 quid and 92 pence per month. That's how much I'm going to save every month if I want to drive like this. I'm probably not going to stick to driving like this, to be honest. Certainly not all the time. But what I'm doing is I'm just putting this here, £41 and 92 pence. So every time I'm driving along with my music up, not driving efficiently at all, I can just glance down and see that to remind myself how much money I'm going to save if I drive more efficiently.